Hello everyone, I am Erika of beadingschool.com and you are watching an extra coffee time with Erika with me today about the last and best day of the Beading School Art Cabochon week. Before I would say anything super important, please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. You can watch today's video live on the Beading School YouTube channel and also on the Beading School Facebook page. So please tell me in a comment if you can hear me, if you can see me, and if you are watching from Facebook or from YouTube. I see Kimberly saying hello, and I think Kimberly is watching from Facebook. And she just spotted something important. I see Ariana, and Ariana is watching from YouTube. Carrie is here too, and well, we already successfully confirmed that both on Facebook and both on YouTube, the technical stuff is working well. So I can return to the important part. And that starts by greeting everyone. So, hi, Kimberly and Carrie and Ariana and Marcy and Jennifer and Laura and Sherry and Susie is here too. Good company, ladies. Asta, Lutka, wonderful. So, as I said, today is the last and at the same time, I would like to say that the best day of the Beading School Art Cabochon week. For today, I decided to do a little recap of what we have had earlier during these past days. And also, I wanted to actually show you during a live video the biggest thing that we were working on behind the scenes during these past weeks. I will tell you more information about that a little bit later, but I would really recommend checking out the bead shop already and keep returning to it during today's video. So, first, I would like to mention, before doing the recap, that on Thursday we had a super nice No One Has to Be Alone session with Nitti. Since we are talking about Beading School Art Cabochon all week long, and they are the best for bead embroidery, then Nitti actually prepared a live design No One Has to Be Alone session for you, and she showed you tricks how you can include taller cabochons in your bead embroidery projects. Besides all those handy tips and tricks, she also shared something extremely vulnerable. And if you watched it, then you know, or if you kept an eye on the newsletters, then you know that she will need or healing thoughts or support and companionship even more than before during the next month. So please, Nitti, know that we are here with you, and please, dear beaders, make sure to leave a supporting comment to Nitti and really show it that we are here for each other when someone is at a vulnerable spot. And even while working through such a hard time, Nitti actually created a PDF for you from last week's No One Has to Be Alone session. And that live design session was actually her first, so this is really a big thing. And you can download it from the usual place, noonehastobedalone.com. So you can head over there to make sure that you can save the PDF, noonehastobedalone.com. And before I would go for the Art Cabochon recap and novelties, then I would also like to mention that since today is the first Monday of the month, then it is time to release the September tutorial from the Beaders calendar. The Beaders calendar is a project where for every month we have prepared another jewel for you. And today it's time for actually my cabochons earrings. So if you haven't done it yet, then you can also download this tutorial or maybe even grab a bead bundle to help you with color combinations. The one that I showed you, this was the original, and some of you might notice that this comes from actually a previous Beading School Academy team box. But what you see next to me, that became my favorite color combination. So also make sure to download the tutorial for cabochons. And in the meanwhile, I would also like to greet Erika and Jill and Aniko and Sherry. And Ariana says, sending all energy I have left to Niti. And Katja is here, and Sheila is here for the first time. Welcome, Sheila. And Kimberly says, Nitti's new video is amazing. She did a great job explaining the finished version of the design. She is indeed doing amazing. And yes, indeed, Ariana. Originally, I had my Dangerous Liaisons box with me when I was working on this design. And Manuela is here, and Deb is here, and Kathy is here too. So thank you so much, ladies, for joining me today during this extra coffee time with Erika. And to transfer our thoughts back to the Beading School Art Cabochons, let me share with you a little video that we have prepared to show you how much care and attention goes into creating these unique focal pieces. I am back now, and I hope that you liked the video. As you can see, indeed, every piece is touched multiple times during the creation and goes through the hands of multiple of Beading School team members. So truly, every piece has a piece of our soul inside. But now let's do a little recap of the shapes that we were focusing on during the previous days. Every day during the Beading School Art Cabochon week, there was a shape or sometimes two that we were focusing on. We always also shared tips and tricks how you can include these shapes in your beadwork, and very often also finished tutorials. And today I would like to go through everything one by one, repeat the tips, tricks, and the possibilities, how you can use them. And of course, if you have questions, then I am here for you to answer everything. And please also, if you have your own ideas on using these specific shapes, please don't hesitate to share them in a comment, because this is the best part of the Beading School community, how we are sharing inspiration, how we are helping out each other with being happy for each other when someone creates something beautiful, but also with different tips and tricks when someone has a beading challenge to face. So also hi Anita and hi Miriam. And let's see now the round-shaped beading school art cabochons. We were focusing on these last Tuesday on the very first day of the Beading School Art Cabochon week. These cabochons, all of them, all of the art cabochons, by the way, they have a flat back, so they are easy to glue on ultra sweet if you would like to work with bead embroidery. But thanks to the high precision, they are also great for bead weaving. The round shape, we release a collection of Beading School Art Cabochons, usually every 2 months, corresponding with the Beading School Academy themes. So, for example, when we were playing with the Aurora Borealis source of inspiration in January and February, then during Bead Embroidery Week, we always have 1 week dedicated to bead embroidery every second month. So during Bead Embroidery Week, we released a collection of cabochons in matching colors and with matching designs. Then later the same for Sayulita Sunset, the same for the Bavarian Princess, and the same for Fly Me to the Moon recently. And the base of every collection is the round shape. These cabochons are about 35-36 millimeters in diameter. And some of them are flat from the top, and some of them have stampings, as you can see on this picture from that shows you the Fly Me to the Moon collection. And you can, for example, include this in bead weaving projects. And in the full moon necklace, I created a right angle weave bezel for one of these cabochons, and I decorated it further with Preciosa Chaton Montes, and I did my best to make really the bezel match the design, the stamping of the cabochon. But you can also easily bezel these, for example, with peyote. So, and when you have the peyote bezel, then by adding more beads in between the delicas, you can develop your own unique designs. But another way that how you can really nicely and easily include this in your beadwork is to bead a traveler style pendant. The one that I am showing you uses a coin because that's how I created the very first tutorials. However, the coin can be substituted actually to any kind of round cabochon. So you can play with the Beading School Art Cabochons in the same way as the travelers. And lovely ladies, do you have any ideas or any questions that you would like to share about specifically the round shape? How did you use this in your beadwork? What did you see maybe from fellow beaders in the Beading School Club or beyond? What kind of ideas are maybe boiling in your head that you would like to explore further? Oh, and Marcy has a really good note. She says, for the Fly Me to the Moon, I coated the back with blue nail polish so the raw cabochon wasn't visible. And what a cool idea indeed, Marcy. The cabochons, they are handmade and they are made from clay. So when you turn them over, then actually the bare clay is visible from the back. And if the cabochon would fit better the style of your jewel if it's coated from the back, then Marcy's idea is wonderful. to do that. And hi, Martina. And let's move on to the next shape then. Oh, sorry, I had another project here prepared. So the round shapes, they are also perfect for the shooting star pendant. That is, I would say, the most popular tutorial made for the Beadingschool Art Cabochons. And now you can make this again using the round art cabochons. And I'm curious because actually now more of you beaders grabbed the full moon tutorial that I was just showing than the shooting star, in fact. So I'm really curious if shooting star will be overshadowed by full moon in the future. But let's move on to the second shape that we were exploring. So the second shape was the rounded triangle. So again, since it has a flat back, then you can simply glue it to ultra speed, but it's also possible to peyote bezel it. And for this, Nitty created a design for it. And this is the combination of bead embroidery and bead weaving. So on the top, the cabochon is held down by a pretty unique and so rich in details bead woven motif. And then it's all attached to ultra suede. What I love about this, especially, that Nitty decided to include also a historic filigree. So there is just so much to look at when we look at this beautiful jewel. It's called Valerie, by the way. And to show you an example for bead embroidery with a different shape of Beadingschool Art Cabochons, I have here a work in progress project from our Susie, where she is actually working with one of the rounded triangles. She has already glued the triangle down. She added the modified peyote bezel around it, and then she started to expand it with some cup chain, with some half tilas. So I'm really curious how will it look like at the end. And Susie, since I think you might be still here, although you said that you will stay only for a little while, did you finish this in the meanwhile? Confession time, I'm curious. And hi, Niti and Anna. And Anna is mentioning something very, very, very appealing in the bead shop, but I will not talk about that yet. But it's already visible. And yes, I know that I am the most horrible teaser at the moment. And Susie is here. And dear Susie, confession time. Did you finish the pendant in the meanwhile? She says it's a UFO, an unfinished object in beading lingo. And Susie is curious, what should be the next step when beading it? Lovelies, that's a question for everyone. What should be the next step for Susie's beautiful pendant? I would maybe add one more row of cuff chain. I really love combining different sizes and different colors of cuff chain. So that's what I would recommend doing. And maybe then something hanging at the bottom. For example, the long glass pendant in metal setting, the 32mm one. I think that would balance out the piece very nicely. And let's see what else do we have here. So the next shape from day 3 that we were exploring was the teardrop. And I love the teardrop because you can actually hang it in different ways. So you can turn it in your pendant, as you can see it on the picture next to me now, that the thin side is at the top and then the wider side is at the bottom. But it also looks really great when you turn it upside down, so the wider side is at the top. You can expand it with a glass drop in metal setting again, or any type of glass drop. And you can also use this for asymmetrical necklaces. Turn it a bit sideways, diagonally, add more cabochons. I really, really recommend checking out the beautiful jewelry of Picapolina, Apollinaria Koprivnik. She has many ideas for teardrop shaped cabochons, and she does have tutorials that show you how to use them. So please head over to Picapolina and learn from her, because she's just amazing also when she's using cabochons. And of course I have an idea for this for you. So this is the tribute. And fun fact that originally tribute was made with a different art cabochon. Originally it was an art cabochon from a Polish artist, and Zuzi gifted it to me. And I made rings. I had 3 different cabochons, and I made 3 colorful, very colorful rings. And they ended up with 3 different friends that I love very much. And now we have a bigger teardrop shaped art cabochon, and you can create in the similar way pendants. For example, Robin was asking for Picapolina's name, and I typed it in, and this is how you find her, Picapolina beading. If you put in, then you will find her beautiful, beautiful website. And for this, I actually have a video tutorial available on the Beading School YouTube channel. So look up the tribute ring, and you can create the pendant in the same way. And then the next one was the oval. And the oval, I think it's also such a handy shape to play with. It's a classic, it's elegant, you can easily bezel it with peyote. So there are many, many possibilities. I had quite some ideas when I first held this in my hand, but in fact, when I asked Veronka to create something else, then I knew something with the oval art cabochon, then I knew that she will do something completely different than whatever I have in my head. So this is what Veronka came up with. It is called the Ocean Sun, and this is her newest tutorial. Actually, the back side is also very beautiful. There is a net done mainly from Storm Duo beads, and then on the front you have some more bling created from Preciosa Suwon rhinestones, for example. And then we had 2 fancy shape days when we were talking about different, more than one shape during one day. So on day 5, we were talking about triangles and navets. Elongated triangles and navets, to be specific, and the navets come in 2 different sizes actually. So this ring, it's a bead embroidery ring created by Zuzi. This was created from a small navet beading school art cabochon. And this is such a cute and easy bezel. And in fact, if you follow the tribute tutorial or learn the Traveler, then you will also be able to create this. I mentioned the Traveler because that's where you can learn I explain it really into detail, how you glue down a cabochon, how you prepare your material, how you create the peyote bezel, add bigger beads, and so on. But then the tribute tutorial, it shows you how to add metal components to your bead embroidery. So look up those on YouTube and you will know everything that you need for this. Then for the big navette, I have here an idea from Nitti, and this is the Gem of the Seven Lakes. And the tutorial, it is available in the Beading School bead shop. And Nitti here, the Seven Lakes, is the name because there is the one big lake, the navette, in the middle, and then 3 and 3 smaller lakes below and above. Then the elongated triangle, I am showing you the original versions because these are the pictures that I managed to look up. But in fact, the Art Cabochon elongated triangles, they are exact copies. Or I mean the size and the shape of the glass cabochons. So you can also create the same with the art cabochons. So you can use it for embroidery. This is basically just the traveler, but with a different focal bead, focal cabochon. But also there is a bead woven design, the snowdrop, where you can use the art cabochon. And Ariana is asking if there will be smaller versions of other shapes too. And I think it would be great. What do you think? And hi, Molly. Then the next one, the next day, we were talking about tiles and stars. And here the stars also come in 2 different sizes. The small one was included in the Bavarian Princess Beading School Academy team box, and this is the pendant that Veronka created using the small Beading School Art Cabochon. So there is a net made of seed beads and precious suvan rhinestones on top of it, 3 teardrop-shaped glass cabochons in metal claws at the bottom, which can actually be added to all the 6 points of the star. I saw some beautiful variations in the Beading School Club, so there are different possibilities for using this. This big, and then the big star, this is again a beautiful jewel by Nitti. And beaded, this specific color combination was beaded by Melinda. And I love how there is a star inside the star inside the star. So even the decoration on top of it is star-shaped, and this is just an amazing piece. And also the colors are so well chosen for this, in my opinion. And then the tile. Fun fact, what you see in the background, those little tiles, those are in fact our color samples. So in the treasury, in the ceramics atelier, and in my own home atelier, we actually have bags of tiles. Each color that is possible to make is shown on a tile. So when I'm creating new collections or choosing new colors for cabochons, then all I need to do is to dive into my bag with all the tiles, and each of them have a number on the back. This is, for example, 77. And then I can easily tell to our master ceramic artist and the team that I would like to see in the bead shop, for example, 10 pieces of number 30, which is actually the Beading School turquoise, the number 30. So that's nice to remember. And what you see on the picture, that is Zuzi's leaf ring. It can also be by the way, an earring or pendant. Because when Susie visited the beading school treasury and she saw the tiles, then she was like, oh my God, but this is actually a cabochon. And she immediately started brainstorming. So from this handy tool to have all our samples numbered and everything available for me, for the treasury ladies, for our master ceramic artist, Susie came up with this wonderful idea. And indeed, I think you saw it in the during the treasury tour. And hi, dear Corinne, so good to see you. And that brings us to today, which is the last and best day of the Beading School Art Cabochon Week. Indeed, the collections that many of you have noticed already. So some of you who are with us for more years are already familiar with the Art Cabochon collections. But I would like to explain what they are for everyone and also show you some and answer your questions if you have any. So what about Beading School Art Cabochon collections? I really, really enjoy it when during beading, I feel like I'm getting immersed into a specific mood or into a specific story. That's how I like curated collections so much. I like creating them, but I also really love exploring them when someone from our designer friends creates a curated collection for us. Every Beading School Academy team is basically a curated collection that we have a selection of different components, cabochons, and beads on our bead mats that match each other perfectly. The collection has a thought behind, a source of inspiration that helps us to work with, and we can leave behind everyday troubles for a little while and just immerse ourselves into this kind of story that is folding out on our bead mats. So during the past weeks, we created exactly 100 different art cabochon collections for you. While the production of the art cabochons themselves, they are overseen by our master ceramic artist. The driving motor behind them is Andrea, and the main organizer of the project is Dori. The collections, the driving force of behind the collections is Zuzi, who visited the treasury a few weeks ago, and with the help of Melinda and Ildi and Dori, they created these 100 different collections. Each of the 100 collections are unique. There is only one of each of them, and we will not be able to replicate them again. When you receive a collection, then the beautiful box that it comes in will already give you an idea of the mood, the title, the contents, and the extras that are also included besides the cabochons. They are all carefully chosen to build that story and to help you getting immersed into the story. So each collection contains 4 or sometimes 5 cabochons, and for 24 hours only, we have these collections available for a special price. So in average, one of these cabochons, which is since these are handmade artistic pieces, then this is a really good value. So always one of the cabochons is counted as a gift for you. So when there are 4 cabochons, then you pay only for 3. When there are 5 cabochons included, then you pay only for 4. And there are also beautiful extras included in the collections that often are not available on their own at all. Also, we have pretty unique cabochons in the collections, as you can see, for example, on the one that I am showing on the picture, the one with the shell. It was not available, and at the moment is not available on its own at all. Often we also have colors when just the environment is different. Maybe it's a warmer day, maybe the humidity is different, maybe the pigments in the glaze settle in a different way. So the glaze looks different. And then by coincidences, something beautiful and unique is created. So we used lots of these special pieces for the Art Cabochon collections. So, as I said, there is only one of each of them, and the special price is available only for 24 hours until tomorrow's coffee time with Erika. I would recommend that you don't hesitate long if you see something that you like, because, as I said, only one of each collection, and they will not come back, or very often won't even appear in the bead shop on their own after all. What is important, that please note that some of the cabochons were originally prototypes, and the exact sizes might slightly, or the angles might slightly differ from the final versions of the same shape. So that means that they are perfect for bead embroidery, but if there is a bead woven tutorial corresponding that shape, using that shape, then you might need to adjust the tutorial, and you will need to take responsibility for those adjustments. We are not able to take up the task of working out the adjustments. So please note that some of the shapes are prototypes, and they differ from the final sizes and version, and they might differ from the final sizes and angles. And the Art Cabochons collections, they also, as Miriam noticed, that Estefan the turtle is back. So indeed, we are working hard to bring back some unique shapes, and also there are some examples in the collections that what are we playing with already behind the scenes. So I really recommend looking through these beautiful collections. I have here a purple and grayish one with some blue tones, and then this one, which is perfect for autumn with the Celtic knot. I think it looks amazing. And I would like to show you how to find them in the bead shop. So I am just posting the link, and I will share with you my screen now. So if you navigate to Beadingschool Art Cabochons and then the collections, then that is where you can find them. And to show you a few examples, what is awaiting you. And hands up who likes this, and tell me which one is your favorite. So this is, for, in my opinion, like perfect for autumn. Then we have one here in more like Aurora Borealis mood a little bit. then this is a beautiful one. And you might spot this round-shaped cabochon nearest to me. That actually is the result of some new experiments with this lacy type of ornaments. So we have very, very few of these lacy round-shaped cabochons available for now. So you can get them only through the collections for now. And that this extra that you see on the left side, that is in fact a hand-pressed Czech glass cabochon. Then this collection, it includes, for example, a square, also a shape that is not available on its own, and this fancy opal with the flowery, lacy effect. Then this next one, again, it has a square with a shell. It has a hexagon. Hexagons are not available. Then this one, again, a square, a shell. And when I look at this, then just the mood of them, how Susie and her helpers put them together, they are just so beautiful. Also the extras that they chose, for example, here this piece of cup chain with the 2 loops and the moon with the cubic zirconia and all the beads. What you see on the picture, all of that will be included in your box. This is the turquoise lover's dream, for example. I think this is calling my name. This is also a beautiful one. Miriam says all of them are so beautiful. Love. And thank you so much for loving them, Miriam and everyone. I think on this picture, the leaves, the metal leaves, they would also be great for including it in bead embroidery. Lutka says that some of them are already sold out. Indeed, like in this case, I recommend if you like something, go for it, because every collection is available only once. We are not able to replicate them. And here, my favorite is, by the way, this round-shaped viney, red wine color at the top. That's such a beautiful one. A color that I haven't played with yet. So if it happens to stay in the bead shop after I finish today's video, this is mine. Snavet. This is one of the collections I showed you earlier. Again, squares and the shell cabochon. And faceted hearts are back. You might spot some in the collections. So we had quite some tutorials for the faceted hearts in the past. My Rock My Heart brooch, for example, the crystal heart, and also Susie has a gift tutorial for the faceted heart available on the Beading School blog. We will finally be able to also bring back these tutorials for you. And we have some cabochons in the collections available already. Then this is also a nice one with this big square. This is again like autumn mood. This brings me back to Marrakesh. It's Beading School colors, and again the lacy cabochon. Kimberly says, I think all these bundles will be sold out before the 24 hours. I really hope so, ladies. We worked very hard on this, so thank you so much for appreciating that work. Then we have here a dolphin from the Sayulita Sunset collection. Only the outlines of the dolphin are hand painted, and that is such a dreamy look, I would say. And this is so fresh, again with a special shape of beads. This is fiery and very energetic. Another purplish. This is also, oh my god, here, this cabochon, this purple greenish color, that is such a nice one. then then a bunny. And this is the faceted round that I mentioned, and also Miriam mentioned it, that this was created for the bead embroidered turtle Estefan that I designed a few years ago. But I also love, for example, this glass pendant that is included. Then some greens, yellows, and pinks. This is a good one. Again, the faceted round. That is such a nice color. And this screams beading school, in my opinion. Then again, we have a hexagon and a faceted round. Dear Corinna, big hugs for you. Big hugs for you, dear Corinna. Then I have here a passionate one with purples and pinks. This is also a really nice one. I love these rings included as extras. More purples. Also, ladies, I know that the art cabochons are the showstoppers, but take a moment to look at the extras. Those rondelles, those are beautiful. And we don't have them in the bead shop otherwise. Or these pendants. Then again, someone who loves blue and turquoise will be very happy with this one. Also this next. And that bunny and the rusty shades. Again, this is screaming beading school with the turquoise and yellow and fuchsia colors. This is a nice and romantic one with beautiful earring bases. Also a very nice purple with a faceted heart. Then a hexagon. Miriam, I think, had a feeling that this is coming. She's with us since the beginnings, so I think she knows me well enough to know that there will be a beading school collection day, even if this was the first art cabochon week ever that we organized. Then we have here, I love the big navet, but also we have a faceted heart in beautiful green turquoise. We have a sunset in this rusty orange color. Then this is also a very nice one. Again, a faceted heart in bronze. A faceted round in this dark blue. Oh, this is such a nice one. I think Susie and the ladies did an amazing job with creating the collections. And also, of course, Andrea and Dory and everyone from the team who helped bringing together this project. Also, I am very grateful to our master ceramic artist who is overseeing the whole production, making sure that it's always top-notch quality. But most importantly, I would like to thank you for your appreciation, for your trust, for your creative ideas, for example, and also for noticing that Kimberly says these collections all have different names. The team had to come up with 100 names. That took time as well. So amazing. And thank you so much for noticing that, Kimberly. Like, each of these boxes, they are tiny universes, and all universes deserve a name. And that also helps you when you finally open that box on your bead mat to like really dive into that mood and start playing with what's inside. This is also a nice one, and please note the clasp that is included here. This looks like Egypt. I don't know how Susie exactly named this, but this looks like Egypt to me. Again, a lacy round shape, and so many unique possibilities. And I can't wait to see what you will be creating with this. Ariane was asking for small ones, small cabochons. So here you can see a pair of small squares. Those are perfect for earrings, for example. And I just fall in love with this collection, with these beautiful glazes that were used for these 4 cabochons. Again, a fiery one. With a hexagon and a faceted round. Okay, that one with the gray and the candle holder, that is amazing. I want that one. So lovely, ladies. I kind of forgot myself here and I'm clicking through all the 100 cabochons, but I just can't stop because I think this is the result of such a nice creative work of everyone who contributed. And I'm really grateful for everyone for the hard work. I'm grateful to you for loving these cabochons. And thank you so much for your attention today. And thank you so much for being here with us at Beading School and contributing to this creative, colorful ride. See you all tomorrow. Tomorrow we will say goodbye to the current Beading School Academy team, the Fly Me to the Moon. We will know who is the lucky winner and the talent winner of the mini challenge. The album is already online on the Beading School Facebook page. Please check it out because, again, it is amazing and you are just every time getting more and more brave and creative. So let's see each other tomorrow for Coffee Time with Erika. And happy beading, everyone. Bye-bye.